Man, that was awesome.
He's certainly showing us something new from his repertoire.
That's cool. I like new stuff.
Incredible impact.
Graphically, this game is definitely the best in the series. A lot of faces have been cleaned up. A lot of people look a whole lot better than they ever have in this game, including Booker T. He has looked just absolutely just horrid in some of the other games. So it's nice to see that, you know, face-wise, it looks like he's finally been cleaned up. Some models, you know what I'm saying, look not like quite like their counterparts or look a little off. But for the most part, every character looks exactly like they're supposed to. The graphics definitely are the best in the series. They use the in-game renders, the actual in-game models of the characters this time around, so that's pretty cool for if you have your custom character, you know, and you want to have them facing off with the, you know, the real superstars and everything. They don't look out of place and awkward anymore, because before, if you remember, they used to use actual pictures of the real superstars and everything. Now with the in-game renders, your actual superstar looks a whole lot more in place, especially with graphics this good and only getting better. You know, the characters look like themselves anyway. So yeah, definitely a big improvement. Well, not huge, but definitely a nice improvement in the details on the graphics. And like I said before, some characters look just like themselves. The models are pretty good, you know, say 9 out of 10. Some people are spot on. Then some characters look off some kind of way, and I don't know how they messed them up, but because some people look better than last year's game. Go figure on that one. But some characters look a little off, some characters look right on, you know, and then some characters, you know, entrances, you know what I'm saying, look a little off. Like you can tell that Finn Balor's entrance wasn't mocap by him. If it was, maybe he was drunk or something, because he looks all out of motion. He's not in the center of the aisle. It's really weird. Then some characters like John Cena looks spot on as usual. His entrance looks great, like we all knew it would. But the fact that a new superstar who is pretty popular entrance is kind of botched, I don't know how they did that, but I guess it's possible. The gameplay of 2K17 is definitely the smoothest yet. You know, when you play this game, the first thing you're going to know is how smooth the game is. I mean, I was shocked this game was this smooth. My first encounter with the game was share play, and I was shocked at how smooth it was and how fluent and responsive the game was. Definitely the smoothest, most responsive game to date, bar none. If you play 2K16, you play this game, you'll feel immediately a huge difference. They definitely up the ante with the gameplay on this year's game. I'm not sure if it went maybe from a 30 to a 60 frames per second, and that could be the case because you definitely feel a huge difference. And they got everything in this game, from fighting in the crowd, just going toe to toe like you see on TV. You know what I'm saying? So you can even now, they brought it back in a realistic setting, be able to fight in the backstage, which is pretty freaking sweet. Because, you know, carry your opponent backstage. You know, the loading screen is only like, you know, 2 seconds, maybe 3, and you're right into the, you know what I'm saying, the back area, throwing hands with your opponent, which is pretty cool. I'd love to see the day where obviously there'll be no loading screen, but it's so short and so fast that pretty much is not a big issue. Unfortunately, this doesn't work online, one-on-one backstage brawls. You cannot take online, unfortunately. I know a lot of people's looking forward to that. Also, you can't play with your, you know, your actual custom arenas online. But, you know, in the universe mode this year, it's been updated. You got so many options now. You can pretty much change anything you want with the universe mode. Anything you want to do with the universe mode this year, it is a possibility. The matches themselves, pretty much we have all the same matches as we did in last year's game. Really no new type of matches. The only thing is now we have new revamped, updated matches that need to be updated for years, like the ladder match. You know, it has a new mini game. You know, if a character falls or something, you know, take serious damage, you have a new roll-off system, which is pretty incredible, which keeps the match flow realistic and smooth. Now, if you want to buy legends and stuff, you know, virtual currency, you can just buy them whenever you want within the game. You don't have to actually, you know, jump through hoops and play a showcase mode. There's no showcase this year, so you just buy them whenever you want to. You even got an option to break out and just beat somebody down after the match more if you want to, which is pretty sweet option. So you can break out before the match and attack them beforehand. You can break out after the match and you know, attack them after the fact, which is pretty cool. And the character will have no actual like bar or anything for the character you're beating up on. And so far, I guess they don't fight back. You can just keep beating them up. It'd be kind of cool if they try to fight back, but you can just keep wearing them out. And pretty much to get to a certain amount of damage, do some certain stuff. You know, your music will play, and you know, you kind of see your little cutscene, which was on TV. You know, you beat somebody down, and all of a sudden, you know, they kill the music. You know, you walk out the ring, you know, like, oh my goodness, he just devastated, he just destroyed that man. You know, y'all know how it go, man. Y'all know how the game go. But the game has definitely got a lot of new features, man. Even the updated new table system, new actual table finishers, new table spots. Tables matches have been fixed finally. You can actually play table matches, ladder matches again without worrying about nonsense. So it's really, really good, man. The audio in the game still pretty much sucks. Sure, they got the pretty much, you know, the wrestlers' soundtracks and everything pretty much together, what they come out to and everything. But the actual audio of the crowds and how they react to stuff, when they react to stuff, the pops they do, it's pretty much generic and not realistic at all. And the color commentary is still god awful. Hopefully next year, especially if there's another showcase story mode, that'll be one of the main areas they focus on is the commentary. We have the updated broadcast team. But here, listen for yourself. It's still just as bad.
Oh, nobody home that time.
What offense Seth Rollins is showing at this point.
When this guy's on, look out.
So the online portion of the game, you basically, you know, start again in the training mode, you know, versus the AI and everything. You get a bonus if you beat them down, make the match good. And basically the online in this game is pretty good for the most part, you know, but honestly it's about the same as 2K16. When it's working, it works well, but when it starts lagging, and you know, lag is still an issue in this game, it starts lagging, it disables the game chat, you know, then it starts, you know, jumping and skipping and all this bull. You know, so hopefully they, you know, in the future get some servers that actually won't lag at all. We just, you know, because I feel like it's, you know, peer-to-peer instead of being dedicated servers, which is the way it should be. But, you know, the game is actually still pretty good online. It works 9 times out of 10 pretty well for the most part. But it needs to always, you know, be as fluent as possible. Because sometimes in some games it just be like, good God, you know, this is terrible. But for the most part it works though. But definitely need to get the online glitch fixed. There's a pin glitch in the game where it works only online, and you cannot kick out of anything, no matter how big your bar is or whatever the case may be. The pin will not stop. It's so annoying. You have to fix that issue in this year's game. My career mode this year is better, definitely. You know, you got your attributes, you got your skills and everything. You got pretty much all your stuff you had in 16. You even got a lot of options now, even more than before, where you basically you have, you know, your victory scenes and everything, where you could actually create a victory for not only just yourself, but if you want to, you have the option now to actually create a victory for your team, which is pretty freaking sweet. So you got a lot more options, which is pretty cool. So you actually get to choose how you and your partner pretty much in your matches on your victory celebration. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty awesome. Unfortunately though, you know, it's pretty much just a rehash of 16. And my career is still severely lacking. You have new t-shirts now that you have to actually keep fresh to get more VC, but ultimately my career is just lacking. It's pretty much the same thing. Ultimately, 2K17 is a great game. There's some things that hold it back, but it's a great wrestling game, the best wrestling game to date. You know, it's not even no question about it. Definitely would recommend anyone to get this game if you're into wrestling at all. If you haven't played the series in a while, I would suggest this be the one to pick up. It's definitely worth it. I'll have to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. Great game. Ultimately, you know, has some issues that hold it back from being the master of the mat that it can be, but definitely worth playing is owning, you know, nonetheless. So that's it for me. Like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.